you have reached the John Madden Show, or you're seeing the John Madden Show. Actually, this is a new episode, but I'm remaking episode 1 to fine-tune it, so I can give my friend James Lewis the respect that he deserves. Well, the reason being that I'm redoing episode 1 is because of, to present his show, his documentary, My Struggle, or the documentary is, entitled My Struggle by James Lewis. And he had some people, I think NAMI and Oasis Drop-In Center and the federal and state, that endorsed financially for this documentary. And I love what James Lewis did with the documentary, with using the camcorders and having his friend Will use camcorders, and also my friend James Lewis interviewing a psychiatrist and case managers and social workers. It educates people in the population about, there's a segment in the population of people with mental illness or low-income people, dominantly people that are mentally ill, that have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, and this documentary is geared towards young people like Mr. Lewis that are in their 20s and 30s, to educate the community. Also, the documentary I'm about to show you is viewed throughout the United States, throughout all the 50 states, the lower 48 states, and also outside the United States is Alaska and Hawaii. So it's viewing all the 50 states, and I think it's on the internet too, I'm not really sure. But the documentary is being showed all over 50 states and Puerto Rico, and even though Puerto Rico is not officially a state, but it's a territory of the United States, and also it's being viewed in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And so I'm very impressed with my friend James Lewis with the documentary. So the documentary is just to inform and educate people that are ignorant, or people that don't want to be ignorant about this certain issue or subject of people with mental illness and what they have to go through. And also, there's going to be 3 young men, and one of them is James Lewis and Will, and the other gentleman, I don't know, but he would the third young gentleman would mention his name in the documentary. And also, so basically, I'm putting the documentary on because last time, wasn't represented properly. I didn't represent it properly, but I'm having better camcorders and better video equipment, and I'm starting to learn how to use cinematography and video photography for this. So I'm getting better, and I hope that you like the credits, and also for me putting Ed Woods. If a lot of people don't know who Ed Woods is, he's a low-budget producer, actor, and writer and everything, and he was born in Poughkeepsie, New York in 1924, and he was a World War II veteran. You must have known him through writing and producing Plan 9 from Outer Space, and also The Ghoul Goes West with Bela Lugosi, and also they wrote a book, Night of Ecstasy, by Rudolph Gray, and I think it was a guy that wrote Nightmare Before Christmas, that wrote a script, for Ed Woods. Johnny Depp played Ed Woods, but anyway, getting off at a tangent, but if you don't know who Ed Woods is, he was on one of my credits at the end of one of my episodes. By the way, this is episode 1 of the John Madden Show, and a lot of people say that a lot of family members say that I have like 3 celebrities that are very well-to-do or very wealthy in my family, like 3 celebrities that are very well-to-do. But a lot of family members tell me that, and I may visit my uncle in Hawaii, but I don't know when. I've been too busy working and making money and paying off debts, and I don't get paid for this, and I don't get endorsed. I don't get any money coming in, and I do this because it's freedom of speech, and plus it doesn't interfere with my creativity. I can't go on Channel 6, Channel 10, Channel 12 News to express my opinions. Well, the John Madden Show took a life of its own when I was talking about my situation with the mayor and also with school committee and everything, and basically when it was my time to speak, they didn't really put a lot of emphasis. Well, Mr. Madden, you're not going to jail, this, and this. But anyway, again, I'm getting off at a tangent. I just want to talk about my friend's documentary, James Lewis, and the documentary is called My Word, or I'm sorry, it's sorry about that. I'm kind of getting like, brain fog for say, but it's my struggle or my, but anyway, the documentary would talk about itself. So this is episode 1 of the John Madden Show, and also I may have reruns, and I may have new material, and I may interview some local business owners in Pawtucket. Matter of fact, this is being broadcast from the city of Pawtucket. A matter of fact, this is my apartment, my parlor, and / parlor office. So I hope you enjoy it.
How you doing? My name is James Lewis, and this is my story.
My name is Nara. I'm from Providence. I've been in Oasis since I was like 22 years old.
My name is Will. This is my story. I've been coming to Oasis since I was 22 years old.
For elementary school, I went to Fox Point. For middle school, I went to Nathan Bishop. High school, I went to Hope High School. And basically, it was, my neighborhood was real rough. And I had to get streetwise very quick. And it's a shame. I seen a lot of things happen in my neighborhood, like people get shot and killed, people selling drugs, trying to get me to sell drugs with them. I don't want to get too specific about what went on, but it was crazy, man. You'd be shocked to see how people would sell drugs. I was never fascinated with it, but I'm very observant about things like that, even to this day. Yeah, I went this one guy. We were coming home from church, and some car drove by him and shot him. And my father went over there, called the cops, and I don't know. It was sad to see that at a young age. I had to be like 9 to 10. And my sister was only like 2, and she was outside when it happened. She started crying, and it was a rough neighborhood growing up in, but family kept me sane, kept me doing the right thing, and God, because if it wasn't for Him, I could have been walking to the corner store and something could have happened to me. I could have got shot and killed or something. Okay, my mom played at Central. She was great at Central. She was like one of the star players there. And ever since I picked up a basketball from God knows what age, I fell in love with it. And basketball meant a lot to me. It kept me from doing things at an early age, doing negative things. And basketball helped me in school, because like I would use math equations. I would do my math equations, but I would put it in a basketball scenario. Basically, what helped me get away from all that was basketball. I eat, sleep, basketball every day, and like church, but a lot of things, positive things help me stay away from the negative things. At age 6, I was developing. I could dribble a basketball, I could shoot the ball, and by age 17, I was great. I was like an awesome basketball player. You know, stuff happens, like when you get a mental illness, things happen where you lose interest in things that you once loved doing. But I thank God I never turned to negativity.
My name is Dr. Ruth Stemp. I've been a psychiatrist here at the Providence Mental Health Center in the Adult Psychiatric Division for the last 20 years. James Lewis has been a patient of mine for about roughly the last 10 years. Over the years, you've had difficulties both with keeping your mood stable and having difficulties with mood swings, as well as difficulties with your thoughts.
What progress have I made in the past 2-3 years?
You've made a huge amount of progress since coming into treatment here at the Providence Center. You have improved significantly, I think as a result of a combination of factors. One is the medication you take, which has been very, very helpful for you. The other is the housing situation that you have, that you live in a very stable, supervised housing with support staff. And the third is your daily structure, which consists of going and working at Oasis. That has been enormously helpful for you to help give your life meaning, stabilize your mood, reduce your symptoms, and really increase the quality of your life tremendously.
Thank you, Dr. Stemp, for being there for me. I know it's your job, but it's the way you go about your job and helping people like me out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I hope that through this film, you'll be able to promote or to decrease the stigma that people with mental illness have, and also to promote increased funding for people with mental illness to increase services.
Thanks again, Dr. Stemp.
You're welcome.
My name is Alexander Rivera, and I'm a case manager for the Providence Center. And I work for the Nashua Street House. And I'm James Lewis's case manager. I've been his case manager going on 2 years coming this September.
What do you do as his case manager?
As his case manager, I provide him with a service that helps him with his day-to-day needs. Try to get him to be as independent